Hello, Kelsey.
Hello, Robert.
How are you?
I am you ready to talk about Control.
I am ready to talk about Control. We've talked about this game for like a year.
Yeah,
It's
like
been a long time.
you bought it what at launch and just kind of sat on it for a long
Like
time.
I bought it like 6 months after because I
Okay.
bought the Ultimate on the Epic Games Store
Okay. Yeah.
because I was like, oh, I have to play this with ray tracing.
Ray tracing.
But hello, everyone, and welcome
Hi.
to the Yimtope Patreon review of, as we've already said,
Control.
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 Just that noise that when all the
Yeah.
words show up. All right, let's get
That
this
reminded me
out of
of
here.
the Inception noise because that's all I could think about.
A little bit. So I want to like open this up with a question,
Okay.
but I don't know if it's gonna come up in the bullet points.
Okay.
Why am I gonna be mad at you?
Oh my god.
Is it just gonna come up?
It's gonna come up.
Okay. So, here's what we have for you guys. We
Yeah.
got like a list of stuff. This is a game.
It's a game. I didn't think it was fair to talk about it as a whole. Like, I really wanted to break it down because I think this game has strong points,
Yeah.
but it also has weak points.
Yes, it does.
Yes. Okay.
I think we might come up with the same weak points.
Excellent.
So hang on, before we get started with that, I wanted to. You ready?
Okay.
It's time to talk control.
Oh, dramatic.
I was like, oh yeah, that like red glow. It's in that game the whole time.
They love the red glow.
The hiss.
The hiss. Okay, so
All right.
this
What?
just the way they call it the hiss, I don't know. So like she comes in and just like comes up with a name off the bat. She's like, it's the hiss, and then everyone's like,
Yeah.
oh, hiss, we got it. And then like suddenly everybody in the whole company
See
just understands to call it the hiss.
that? Yeah, that's the thing. There's people like
Yeah.
levels below, right? There's people that like have don't even know who she is yet,
I know,
and
like the
they're all
costume
like,
was
oh
doing.
hey, you seen the hiss?
And she's like, yeah, I named it.
Yeah, the memo came out like not too long ago or something,
Okay.
you know.
Deez just really wants to be a part of this one.
Her
She's
tail
actually
her tail looks like a boom mic.
poorly production. Yeah. She sat with me the entire
So,
time I played this, just directly in front of
aw.
the screen the whole time. Very fascinated with this game. I would
So
like to talk about the game. Yellow.
Bulbasaur, he likes to look at the screen from time to time.
Yeah.
Like he just likes to look at the TV. Every time the hiss would show up and like die and do
Uh-huh.
that little like psh thing,
Yeah.
he was always like, "What the fuck?"
What is that?
And then there was like that talking that was just happening at
Yes.
all times while you walk
Constantly.
around.
Yes.
He did not like that because I had it in the surround sound in the room,
I did not
and
like that.
he would look behind me playing and be like, "Whoa, who's back there?
What the fuck is in here?
Hello?"
Hello?
Okay.
Yeah. Um,
So, all right.
that
So we
was
have our
one thing.
little bullet points here.
Yeah.
Do you
That
want to
was
just
one
kind of run
thing.
down this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think like atmosphere goes in with graphics? Because we can talk about the sound quality of this game.
I mean, I think that's a little bit of graphics and gameplay.
Okay, so let's talk
It's a
about
good
just
little.
straight graphics first.
I think it's a gorgeous game.
It's a beautiful game. I was
Yeah.
like rapt attention the whole time. So I'm playing it on my 1080, so it's not like I'm getting the ray tracing, but
Yeah.
it was still really beautiful.
So PlayStation Plus gave it out to PlayStation 5 people for
Yeah.
free. So I actually wound up playing it on the PlayStation instead of the computer.
Okay.
And on the PlayStation, you have like a toggle. You can do a performance mode, which runs at pretty much 60 frames per second. So it's like
Uh-huh.
buttery smooth.
Butch.
Or you could go like the ray tracing method, and it was at like a 30 frames kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I actually had you around and showed you the difference. So you got to
Yes.
see the ray tracing added like almost nothing,
Yeah,
at
it
least on the
really
PlayStation.
I agree. I don't know if it would do anything on a computer even, like just seeing the difference. I mean, we were in like a puddly area and I hear that the main difference in this game is
Yeah.
in the puddles. So,
I I always heard that it was in like the glass. Like
okay.
if you were looking in like so when you were in like the real like officey place and there's people's like glass off offices.
Cubicles and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that area you would really see just like, whoa, like look at this glass.
Wow.
Because like
Beautiful.
before you would just look in and it's like, and I will admit, half the time that I was playing, I would be trying to run into one of those offices
Yeah,
and I
because
could never
like a
find the
bird.
fucking door.
I know.
But with the ray tracing, maybe I would have known, oh, here's one where it's not reflecting. That's the door.
Maybe. Did you ever try to shoot out the glass and jump through because you just fucking gave up on finding the door?
Oh no, I would just punch it because she has
Oh,
that like force
the
punch
grab
thing
ability?
and it would just no, like so on the controller it was triangle and you could actually like do like a punch kind of thing. So there's
Oh,
like a melee button.
okay.
It's pretty unuseful.
Yeah, I never used it.
I kind of used it at the beginning, but once my like grab objects and throw it power got better,
Yeah,
it became a pointless thing.
right.
But when I couldn't get in a place, I would just force punch it and just like Skyrim force to run, just like bust out the windows, and then I would just walk
Okay.
in.
Yeah. That was my resort to everything. It's just like I'm gonna shoot this room until I can enter it.
Yeah, but I thought the graphics were absolutely stunning.
Yes, I agree.
I thought it
And
was awesome looking.
I thought it was really cool how they actually wove in like footage, like real people, like
Okay,
videos of people into the game.
okay,
I thought that
that's
was
something I was
unique.
afraid you were gonna be mad at, and you
No, I
thought
loved
I
it.
would like hate you for it. But
No.
so that's like this company's thing.
Okay.
Like they're known for this.
I've
So
never seen it done in a game before.
they did Alan Wake, which kind of did
Okay.
it, right?
All right.
Then they did Quantum Break, which was like half TV show, half video game.
Okay.
Like you were actually supposed to watch a TV show on the air to get parts of the game story in it.
What?
It was a weird concept and it did not really take off.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah, it was weird. I didn't get into it because it was on the Xbox at the
Okay.
time, and I didn't have an Xbox One then,
Yeah.
so I didn't really do that. But that game was real. It was so heavy on the mixture of live action footage and game,
Okay.
and I thought this was a real like good medium because you only really
I thought
got
so
that
too.
for the background information.
Yeah, and like whenever Trent was talking to you or whatever, and he would have his like silhouette happening
Yeah.
within the field of vision, that was done in the same way. And I was like, this
Okay.
is unique.
That was so cool,
Yeah, I liked
and
that a lot.
I love the way when you come into a new area, the way you like get the name of the place,
Yes.
and the name just literally stamps on the screen. Just you're
Yeah, the same
here.
like font as control. It's like boom, central executive.
Yeah. Oh, so I was gonna show off again what we were talking about here. Oops.
Where'd your face go?
Yeah, no. Hang on. Bam.
There we go. Control.
See with that good old redness. This game is real big on red.
Yeah,
Red was its big color,
it is a red game.
which is my favorite color to look at on my TV. So I was just like really into how this game looked.
Just super about it.
I was into the look of this game.
Yeah, I was too. And I think so. I know that you don't experience Uncanny Valley, or at least you haven't yet.
No.
But so with the people in this game, I thought that their skin and hair was like convincing enough to where you can tell like it's a video game, but
Okay.
it looks very human. But their facial expressions. So the main actress, I love her a lot. I love the way that she did all the voicing and
Okay.
her emotion came through in the voiceover work, but her face was just like stoic a lot. She just had like the one expression the entire time.
Yeah, I felt like most of the people didn't change like facial cues.
Yeah,
Like
that
this would stay the same, and then their mouths would move around. They'd be like, "Oh, this is
yes,
a great thing that we're
that's
doing."
exactly it. So like
Yeah,
what was the name of the girl? Pope, was it? The blonde chick?
like your secretary person.
Yeah. The one you like
Yeah,
first meet when you get there and she's like, "You're the director."
yeah. I only remember Elizabeth
Okay,
because
maybe
they
that's
would
her.
go say, "Go talk to Elizabeth," but I think it was Elizabeth Pope though.
Okay. Yeah. Her mouth drove me up a wall cuz like her mouth never closed. It was just like this big
Yeah,
black hole where she was just like talking like this the whole time. And I'm like,
yeah.
"What is that?" It bothered me.
I didn't really look at the people's faces half the time because I
Man.
was like, "You're not like selling the," so I was trying to just like hear them,
Yeah.
you know?
The voice acting was great in this game.
Oh
The
yeah,
face acting not so much.
yeah. but this was a big game.
What do you
Like
mean big?
there's a lot to do. And I feel
Yeah.
like when you have such a big game, you're not gonna sit there and like hand animate every voice line that happens
I mean, I
because there's just too
guess,
much.
but I expected more than just like, Skyrim guard who just walks and like turns and
Yeah,
yeah, I wanted more out of the characters in this game, I think.
yeah. I guess I thought there would be more because this game was always hyped up as such a like graphical powerhouse,
Yes.
but they literally just meant the environment. They did
Yeah,
not mean the people.
the oldest house is very cool. It's a
Oh
fun
yeah.
place to walk around, but this may delve a little bit into gameplay part of it. So like I really enjoyed the environment of it, but to find your way around, the dev has made it intentionally difficult on you to like
Yeah.
figure out where to go. And the mini map is not helpful at all.
Yeah, because they show you just like a top down, but there could be levels.
Yes, and it's
So it's
like
like, yeah, I need to go right and I
and
will
there's a
enter this
fucking
room.
wall there. and it's
Yeah, because you have to take an elevator somewhere else to
that they don't
traverse
even
where
tell
you
you about.
are
Yes.
and then go to the right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucked.
That was extremely frustrating. So, like, I really enjoyed the environment of the place that you're walking around, and I liked the lore of, like, it changes, it's spooky, but actually
Yeah,
making it difficult to traverse sucked. I think that was a shitty
yeah,
development decision. They could have made it a lot easier on the player to, like,
yeah.
figure out where the hell you are in this place.
Because I did a lot of like side mission stuff. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I think we can agree graphics, hands down, great.
Yeah,
So yeah,
9.5 out of 10.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think the facial stuff can take it down the little piece.
Yeah.
Well, it's also a little wonky. Some of the animations just didn't like sync up when she would move with stuff,
Oh,
and I had a lot of I don't know, just like weird stuff would happen where, like when I would pause the game and then like I'd come back into it,
uh-huh.
it's like the game was starting to move without me, and then I would like catch up to it.
Weird.
It was
That may
really
have been
weird.
just a PlayStation thing only because
Something,
my experience on the PC was not that.
yeah. So I guess we can go into gameplay, and we'll go ahead and hit that atmosphere you were talking about.
Okay.
It was atmospheric as shit.
Yeah, it was. Like it really put you in the game. The way that it had just the hiss all around you at all times. I played in these
Yeah.
headphones, SteelSeries
Okay.
headphones, not sponsored, just passionate. And they really like I felt it around me at all times, just like
Yeah.
voices and sounds.
But see, like the talking wouldn't happen all the time, and I could never
Right.
pinpoint why or when it was happening. But there would just be like this deep low. Like, I thought that was more not the hiss, but like the pyramid. Is that what you call it? The
Yeah,
board. The board.
the board. Yeah.
I thought it was the board talking to me half the time,
Right.
but I never understood what the voices were saying. So I was just kind of like, I hear something,
Yeah, I was like,
and I
it must
never
not
paid
be
attention.
important because it's not in the subtitles. So I'm just gonna treat
Yeah.
it as
Okay.
atmosphere.
Okay. Good. Because I could never understand it,
Yeah.
so I didn't try.
The first time I heard it, I was like, this is going to be important. And I tried to listen, but nothing happened. So,
Hang on, before we get into gameplay, I want to crack me a drink here.
oh, yeah, good idea.
You ready though?
Ready? Oh, glass Coke?
My favorite way to play a game when it's a big long game, I like a big old tall glass drink. Oh, here, hang on. Let me
Yeah,
do
get
it
that in the
right next to
microphone.
the mic. You
I
ready?
want to
Ready?
hear that.
Oh yeah.
Crispy. Love
And
it.
then you go, gotta blow out the fog. Oh yeah.
Like a little hillbilly band. I purchased a new seltzer, I guess. It's called
Okay.
sparkling water. I would be
Aha.
lying if I didn't say that I bought this can because it's yum dope colors. It's like
What's
that was
the
going on
flavor?
stream.
What's the flavor?
It is
Ooh, I saw
citrus.
that one like spritz out a little bit.
Yeah, these this is a juicy one. It's citrus and green tea.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Refreshing.
So, I love the people like just like hanging there.
Yeah, I didn't notice them at first, and then when I looked up, I was like, "Are they enemies?" And
I
then like I
noticed it in like all the trailers and stuff. It's like
uh-huh.
I just knew they were there. And I was like, I can't wait to save them.
I know. I thought I was gonna be able to save some, and then like, and then you don't.
Yeah, they're just ornaments
They're
from
just
now on, I guess.
well, some of them do like drop down and turn into enemies and come after you. So I thought like, should I kill all of them? But I didn't want to
Oh.
waste the time to actually go through and shoot
Cause
all of them.
yeah, cause I know that like there's some rooms that you walked in and there would just be enemies hanging there.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought like, should I shoot some of these floating people and see what
Yeah.
happens? But
Yeah.
I didn't because I didn't know, you know?
You can shoot them and they just kind of like turn to smoke and go away, but
Oh, well,
I
that's
don't know if
weird.
it affects the spawn rate or not because
Probably not.
sometimes when I was walking around trying to fucking find the next room, I would just like be in that huge stairwell area, you know? And
Mm.
there's just like 100 people in the ceiling in there. And if you're in one area for long enough, the spawn rate like resets and they come at you again.
Yeah.
And that that's so frustrating also. But like I I tried shooting them to see if it would affect the spawn rate and it never did. So
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how many times, as we discussed, we're trying to find our way into a room.
yep.
So I go somewhere and then I go, oh, well, that's not it. So I must find another way. And then I go back where I was coming from. And the big battle that I just did was
Is
there
there
again.
again.
And I'm like,
Yes.
it's another named person who's big and hard to do again. What the
Yes.
fuck?
Yeah.
But I
So
guess that's good because there's that whole like upgrade part of the game, you know?
yeah, just like getting like the stuff that falls out of them and the mods and all that.
Because I don't know how many times you died.
Do
How
you
many
want to talk
times
about
did you
that?
die?
I died to enemies or in general.
I just say in general.
Okay. In general, I think I died a total of like 5 times.
Oh, I died so many times.
To enemies, I died once.
Well, all right, so I mostly died to bosses
Can I
because
tell you why I didn't die to enemies?
is this why I'm gonna be mad?
Yes.
I don't think so because I know too many people that play on easy, like
Okay.
wusses, like wusses.
No. Listen. Okay, so
Okay.
the first boss that you fight, Tomasi, how he's like fucking
Oh yeah,
floating
yeah.
around and he's just like, ugh, and you're just like shooting him for fucking ever.
Okay.
And this fight drove me nuts because like you shoot that dude for so long and he hardly loses health. And then like you have these ads coming at you from all directions.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to like spatially tell where enemies are coming from in this game. I don't know if that's an effect that the designers wanted, like the hiss is all around you, enemies are all around you. But
Yeah.
like I would be hiding under cover and get fucking smoked by something that I never even saw.
Yeah, they would come up behind you all the fucking time.
Yeah. So I was getting really sick of that and I died in that fight and I was like, I wonder if there's like something I can turn on that's in easy mode or something. And so I
Okay.
go into the menu and I scroll like all the way down and it's like enable um assistance mode or something like that.
Okay.
And then it like negs you for trying to turn it on. It's like, "Are you sure? This game is designed to be challenging. We want you to
Do
have a
you
good
wanna
time.
be
Do you
do you
really
wanna
wanna
be
have
that
a good
person?
time? Do you wanna have fun? Because that's a lame way to play a video game." And I was like, "I wanna fucking have fun, turn on all this shit." And so I turned
Nice.
on I turned on, like, I can't die anymore. I turned on,
Ah!
aim assist.
Okay, that's fine.
I turned on, enemies die in 1 hit. I turned
Alright,
on
now I'm kinda getting mad.
yeah,
Like,
I
you literally
literally
steamrolled this game.
everything that was in the list, I was like, "Put it on." So,
Okay.
my whole experience is that, my pistol would just auto lock onto enemies, kill them in
Okay.
1 hit, and I wouldn't get hurt at all,
Yeah.
ever.
Okay.
Except for the fall damage, which
So
is
you,
another
like
thing.
you, like, legit just became the director. You said, "Psh, I
Yeah,
fucking own this place.
yeah.
Bow, bow, bow."
I
Okay.
purchased this game, I'm going to have fun playing it, by God.
Okay.
Or at least I'm going to try, but, so I found that even with the aim assist and everything on,
Okay.
like, I I could spend a fraction of a second, like, aiming and shoot, and the guy doesn't die, even though it's a headshot. Like clearly, in his head was in the reticle, just like
Yeah.
right there. And you shoot, and it's a headshot, and he's still alive. And that's with all the cheats on that says everybody dies in one shot, regardless of whether it's a headshot
Okay.
or not.
Because I thought
So
you were saying that happened beforehand. Because I was like, headshots do not kill people that fast. I
okay,
gave up and just started going for the body.
yeah, like the combat in this game I found so frustrating. Like in a normal video game, I am not the type of person who goes in and just like turns on every single cheat. It took me
Yeah.
like I was like, I'm going to have to rage quit or fix this game.
Okay.
So that is why I thought you would be mad at me. And
No, because I know people who only play games on easy because they're playing it to just have fun
yeah, I
and
wanted to
just
play
like
this game to like
experience it that
experience
way.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, I just left. I play every game the first time on whatever the normal is.
yeah, I mean that's how I played up until I died for the first time, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Well,
actually, this
because
sucks.
Ferdin plays everything on hard for the first time.
Why?
I don't know, and I've never understood that because I I get that on like the next playthrough if you just want to like experience a challenge.
Yeah, like on New
But
Game
if you're
Plus or
just like
something.
enjoying the game for the first time, I want to know what were you trying to have me experience the first time.
Yeah,
So I just do it on normal and then I'll progress from there.
right.
But that's why I asked because every time you die, you lose 10% of your like I don't know
Little
what they
glowy
even call
points.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
the little like points that you build up, right?
yeah,
And so there was a part where there were so many bosses where I would die
yeah.
and go from like 100,000 to like 5,000 of those.
Oh my god.
So I kind of enjoyed those extra fights because I was like, yeah, I need to build all this back up.
Maybe that's what they were aiming for. Like maybe I would have liked it better had I played it the way it's intended to be played. But I mean,
Yeah,
it just made it was such a barrier to entry for me. Like once you go on and get more powers, like the ability to levitate and like look at the battlefield and
yeah.
examine shit, the ability to like pick
Well,
up rocks
like
and throw it at people.
that's the thing. The gun is not your weapon in this game.
The gun was my weapon.
Like throwing things at people is your weapon.
Yeah, that's like I think that's the way the game is intending you to go because they want you to feel like the
Oh yeah,
power. But
because basically I would have to alternate. So I would like throw things until my energy was gone.
yeah,
Then I would switch to shooting and shoot people while that built back up. Then when I'd run out of ammo, I could start throwing again while that recharged.
yeah,
So it was always like a back and forth of throwing and shooting, throwing and
okay,
shooting.
yeah.
Plus, so then how'd that work with people with shields? Like they have the
Uh,
little white bar on top of their health.
everybody died in one hit, even bosses.
No,
Everybody. Yeah, even bosses. One hit, my man. One hit. You
do
walk
you
into a room, the dude like barely materializes, and I'm already capping him in the ass. Like,
do you know how many times I close the entire game so that it wouldn't save the fact that I was losing the 10% of my things because I was dying to
oh
bosses?
my god.
I would just be like, okay, game off, like totally
On
off.
the
Do not
floor.
save this. Do not
God.
save what has happened. And then I would come back with my previous death knowledge and then beat a boss. But yeah, we had very different experience. This game was hard as shit.
Was hard as shit. Like for the
Oh my
hour
god.
or so that I played it like straight, I was like, I hate this.
It
So
was hard, but
really
I was like, I'm the person. I'm gonna do this, you know?
I'm not the person.
Okay. Okay. There's these like there's these like little, I guess, light balls
Yeah.
that just have like cubes around them and they're like constantly in flux chasing
Oh,
you
those
around.
horrible like black matter things.
Yeah. What did they do in your game then?
I don't know what they're intended to do. Like whenever I got close to them, it would just be like in my ears,
Yeah.
and like the screen would get all crazy. But I can just
Oh
walk
yeah,
right through
well,
them.
yeah, you can't. Yeah, so they're like almost a platforming puzzle because they like block where you're going so that you
Okay.
find an alternate route.
Okay.
Or they make you like have to think on your feet like how can I trap this thing in this room because if it gets close to me, I'll die.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if like you could kill them. So
I
so like you couldn't even kill them. Good.
no.
Cuz
I shot at them because I was like, I don't know what to do with this, and it's not
yeah.
dying to bullets, so I'm just gonna like walk through it because I can't take damage anyway. So
Yeah, so I didn't know if I was supposed to kill them. I never did.
yeah,
So I just started avoiding them when I'd see them and I was like, "But what is their purpose? I wonder if there's
I knew.
That's something we're going to come to in story later." I have a lot of questions about this game.
Yeah, I think everybody does.
Yeah,
Is there
but
anything else you want to touch on gameplay?
yeah, like I truly had fun with this game.
Okay,
Like I loved playing this game. I enjoyed myself the entire time.
good.
I
Okay,
even though I was dying a lot, I was like, all right, I have to like push the skill past what I'm doing. Like what can
yeah,
I do to make this work?
right.
And that's part of why I was doing a lot of the side missions.
Yeah,
So let's get into the side mission thing, because that's gameplay. Because you
okay.
didn't do that, right?
No, I wasn't even like
Oh
aware that
my
there were side missions because I mean the
fucking
missions
god,
themselves,
dude.
it's you're not given like direction on where to go.
Yeah.
So like honestly, I had the fucking what do you call it? The walkthrough up on my second screen the whole time and I was just like, what am
Okay.
I supposed to fucking do next? Scroll, scroll, scroll. And
Okay.
I followed it that way because I literally the map is useless. It doesn't tell you where you're supposed to go next. Like it gives you a room and like
Yeah,
an
it's
area, but
yeah.
sometimes it's like go to the synchronicity chamber and I'm like, where the fuck is a synchronicity chamber? I haven't unlocked that shit yet. So
Yeah. Like I would just kind of go into a place and I would walk around and go, okay, are there any doors that I couldn't open before? Because now I have more access cards because
stupid
that
ass
seemed to be
access
the
card.
barriers, you know?
I not enjoy that part of the game where it was like you have to be level 6 clearance to get through this part and I'm like I'm the director. I
Yeah,
should
I'm the
have
director.
clearance.
And that's the thing. So I was doing every side mission, right?
Okay.
And I was doing so many side missions that the side missions were ahead of me in the main game. So they were locked behind these level 6 clearance things that I hadn't progressed to in the main story.
Jeez.
So the main story stopped me from side missions.
Ridiculous.
And I was doing them all, and I was like, there's not that many, right?
Yeah.
Then there comes a point where all of a sudden I got like 30.
Whoa.
They just all like dropped in the mission feed, and I was
That's
like, I,
too many.
I don't know what to do with this. And I was like, I have to beat this for a review in like 2 days. I can't spend my time with this.
God.
So I had to give them up. But at the beginning of the game, almost every. So you never went back to the janitor's room?
Um, I mean, I went back when the story called for it, but
Okay, because you're supposed to just go back there.
like
Okay,
often?
okay. Could
So,
you understand him?
no. Not at
Okay,
all.
there's one thing that I did hear him say, and he said, I want your help. Come back to my room and check the bulletin board from time to time.
Okay, yeah, I
So
recall him
I
saying that.
did that. And that was most of the side missions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I mean, the first side mission I think that they give you was like go clean up trash, and I'm like, I'm the
Yes.
director. There's a janitor for that.
Well,
So,
so I did that and I got an ability.
okay, what'd you get?
I think that was the shield one or something. So
Okay,
like the first 3 big side mission things.
yeah,
Well, so you get ability points for one.
right. And I spent all my ability on energy recovery because that was the one cheat they didn't build into the game.
So at the end of the thing, like you have the big board, how much of it was full?
Just the energy recovery.
Oh, so you basically got no ability points.
No, I was like, I don't care about
Oh,
any of
okay.
this because I don't need it.
I did so many side missions, mine's like almost full.
That's insane. I
I've
remember
like
coming
maxed
over.
out all of it almost.
I know when I came to your place and you opened up your ability board, I was like, I don't even have half of these tracks
Yeah.
unlocked. Like,
Yeah. So that's all the side mission stuff. And there's one
okay,
ability that well, now I get why you weren't that enthused by it because it wouldn't have helped you
the
because you kill
levitate one.
everybody. No. My like possess people one.
Yeah, that was really cool, actually.
I lived for that because you can basically turn enemies into allies and they fight
Yeah,
with you, so that would help me get through half the fucking fights most
it's
of
a
the
really
time.
cool mechanic. I feel like if this game had been like 75% as difficult as it was, then I would have been cool to play it straight, you know?
Like that that's why I think I did all the side missions because I was like, I want to make sure I'm powered up
Yeah.
because this game's hard. And once I got like relatively powered up, I was kind of steamrolling people.
Okay, good.
I mean, there's a couple enemy types that would still piss me off.
Yeah.
It's
I
mostly
hardly even
these
was able to
dudes.
like differentiate between the enemies because they all just
Ah,
died in one hit,
what
which
about the dudes that like sat in the chairs
that
and they just
fucking
like moved
weirded me out.
around all weird?
Yeah, because like the first time I saw one of those, I was like, I just stopped shooting
Oh,
and it was like, is he in an office chair?
they're so hard
Really?
because you can't throw things at them because they
Oh,
just move out of the way. So you have to shoot them only,
okay.
but they also can levitate things and throw them at you, so you're like
God,
dodging that while trying to shoot them. They're fucking
so annoying.
hard. And so they were my favorite ones to dwindle down their health, possess them, and just let them throw shit at people. So
Man,
the side missions are cool. I guess they
okay.
have a story bit in there.
Yeah,
Like at first, I was getting abilities. So I got a shield. So like I can just like pick up rocks and form like a barrier and it would protect from all damage.
that's nice.
Literally all damage.
Like even boss damage?
Yeah, cuz there's a boss. There's this like mold plant thing that I had to fight
Okay.
and it would like it was like these giant tentacles, right? And it would
Okay.
like come at the screen and like go through you.
Ugh,
If you pulled up the shield, he would go through you and you'd take no damage. For some
fuck.
reason, the shield stops it, even though
That's
he's
cool.
through the shield.
I liked the mold people. They reminded me of The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah, they get weird.
Yeah.
That whole
Like
mission thing was weird.
I got through like one area that had mold in it. So
Okay.
speaking of areas of mold, you know how there's like those like secret areas that you can get into and there's
Mm-hmm.
like the what do you call it? Like the locked down doors where you can open them up and
Yeah.
get little boxes with fun stuff in them.
Yeah.
I stopped being invested in the fun stuff boxes because they didn't matter to me. But
Yeah, so you didn't really use mods then, huh?
no.
Oh my god, I lived for those because I would have to craft my perfect person.
Yeah.
We
I
played so different games.
We did, honestly. Like I
Oh my
literally just went into
god.
this like I just want the story at this point.
I
Which
feel bad now because that's the thing. To me, this game is all gameplay and no story. So since you took the gameplay out, you got left
I
with
took the
nothing.
whole game out. Yeah. Maybe that is why I feel the way I do about this game.
I
But like,
still I still feel like we're gonna have the same feeling.
okay.
Cause while the game was fun. I enjoyed like moving around and doing the stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But if there's not a clear reason that I should be doing this stuff, I don't
Yes.
have the best fun. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But before we move on to that, the mold rooms.
Yeah.
So the boxes of like mods and stuff.
Yeah.
There were like rooms that were just completely full of mold that like
Yeah.
whenever I entered them, the room would start like shrieking and Jesse
Yeah.
would be like, ah! So I figured that she's probably supposed to be taking damage.
Yeah,
Did you have any mold rooms like that?
that's the whole thing. You have to do a side mission to be able to go into those.
Oh,
But
because I
you
would,
could do whatever you wanted.
yeah, I just run into the rooms and like grab the shit while she's screaming.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. I died several times trying. Because I was like, okay, maybe I can like jump on the desks and get to the box and I would die. No, you have to do such a lengthy side mission
We
and you
played
like
two
get this like
different
pill
games.
made. You get this pill made that you ingest and now those rooms don't harm you. Like it's a whole like 5 hour side mission that gave my life to, and you're just like, I don't care about the damage.
I'm gonna walk into it. Fuck mold.
Okay,
God.
I think you might need to replay this game. Can you do it on easy but not like not dead?
I feel like now that I have unlocked all of the abilities, maybe I could go back and just like try the game again. But like
Yeah,
New Game Plus, I have all the stuff that I can do and I have all the mods
yeah.
that I can build out.
Cause like for real, the so we're not at our ratings yet,
No.
but my entire rating is based on the gameplay
Really?
because it's the only thing I enjoyed. It's the only thing I liked. See, I'm not mad. I'm just like, wow. Who knew that would make such a big difference?
Who knew? Yeah. Are
See,
we ready to get into like the story now?
yeah, because I'm ready to say one thing now.
Okay.
Let's
So
just go to story. Officially story time.
story time.
I wish you'd have played Alan Wake first. Because then
Yeah,
you would have known that these games typically make 0 sense.
that's why I stopped playing Alan Wake because like I have Alan
Yeah.
Wake and I played a bit of it and then I was like, this is going nowhere, and I stopped playing it because I didn't feel like
Well,
putting myself through that. But with
welcome
this game,
to the same thing.
we're gonna say thing.
Yeah.
So literally, like, okay, so for
Oh,
gameplay, what would you rate gameplay on this game? Because for
man.
me, the gameplay that I experienced, it's hard for
Okay.
me to actually rate it as gameplay because like
Because you just
for
kind of went through motions.
I just went through the motions. Yeah, I had auto aim on, I had auto kill on, I had
Yeah.
auto everything on. And even still it was buggy. And
Okay.
there were portions where like the levitate, like the game wanted to be a platformer and it wanted you to get into platforming,
Yeah.
but there were some parts like in the final boss area where you're like freeing Polaris.
Okay.
I was trying to levitate across that chasm and it literally took me like 4 times to get across it.
Did you boost while you were in the air?
No, because I forgot that was an ability
Oh,
because I
okay.
never had to use abilities in this
Oh God,
game.
that's right. Ah, this is
So
so weird. This is like my mother moment. I'm just like, oh my God, how
yeah,
different.
so literally, like you and I played extremely different games, and for that, like I would give this gameplay like a 2.5 out of 10 because
Oh
I
my
didn't have
God.
fun with it. Even there was
Don't even know what to say.
I hated the gameplay so
Oh
much.
man.
Like, I hated it so much that I had to turn on every single cheat that was available to me, and even then, I was still like, "This fucking sucks." So,
I think just because there was no challenge.
there was no challenge, like,
Yeah, because
maybe I
it's
should have, like,
fucking
scaled it.
challenging normally.
Yeah, because they do have a scale ability, like, you can make it like, "Do you
Yeah.
want to take 50% less damage?" And I was like, "I want no damage at this
Oh,
point."
that could be
So
good. Well, I was gonna say I'd probably give it like a 9.
really?
But like to me, this is kind of like an Assassin's Creed game.
I just don't play enough of, like, this style of game, I think, to
Well,
really
like
have the tool.
Assassin's Creed now, for me, it's a mindless game.
Okay.
I just know that I'm supposed to go to another place and kill the people there, right?
Yeah.
When I was playing this game, I wasn't really thinking too hard about it. I was just kind of doing it. And
Okay.
it was just like easy to do. Oh, wait, gameplay. Hang on, we got to go back to gameplay
Okay.
because we got to talk about this.
Mm.
How it
Yeah,
works with the PlayStation.
so I actually played on I played on the PC, but I utilized my Xbox controller because it's the one that
Nice.
I just had next to me.
Okay.
So I didn't use mouse and keyboard.
Oh, you know what? I was actually wondering what this game was like.
I
Mouse and
tried to unmouse
keyboard.
and keyboard honestly, and that was before I switched all the cheats on. I was,
Okay.
trying the mouse and keyboard because that's my forte, but
Yeah.
it didn't feel comfortable. I think
Hmm.
it's designed for a controller and it should
Okay.
remain on a controller.
Okay. Well, so this thing,
Yeah, tell me about it.
um, I can't imagine playing it without this.
Okay.
Now that I have, I feel like I would not enjoy it any other way.
Yeah.
So when you're walking, you feel every footstep as you walk. So like,
But
I was constantly just, I guess, drawn in because I was like feeling walking around.
yeah.
Like I'd feel each footstep like left, right, like while I'm walking around, or like when I would run, they'd go faster. Like it would shake the left or shake the right side based on my footsteps.
That's so
It's
wild.
like I could feel it, so I just felt, I guess, like grounded in it, you know.
Yeah.
And they did do the triggers. Now the triggers, I messed with that setting.
Okay.
So when they first give you the gun, this one, the one that shoots,
Yeah.
it is like hard to pull.
Oh,
Like
really?
you have to like you have to pull it.
Okay.
So I switched it to like, because that was at like 100%. I put it at like 1% so that it still had the pull,
Okay.
but it was easier to break through it
Yeah.
because I kind of felt like I was gonna break the controller
Oh, shit.
because I was having to like pull it. And then when I turned it off, like it just wasn't as fun to shoot the gun because I was just pulling a mindless trigger. And I was
Yeah.
like, it's so much fun to like have that little resistance.
Yeah.
So I put it on like 1% so I could get it a little bit, and it was fun to shoot that. Like I just enjoyed it so much because I
Okay.
would have to like break through and then start pulling, and you could
Yeah.
feel it every time.
What was it
And
like to
then,
throw rocks and stuff?
oh yeah, so like when you pull in a rock, the whole controller's just like got this low rumble because you're like using the power next to you.
Yeah,
So you would just feel it, and then it would like break through when you would let it go.
that's cool.
And there's a speaker in it, so all the pulling of the rocks and the shooting of them, the sound would play through here.
Nice.
So it was like closer to me.
Yeah,
So I felt like it was from me doing it, you know?
right.
It was pretty legit. Like this is the only to me this is the best way to do it.
Yeah, that sounds like it was,
It brought
designed
you
for
in
you.
it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that was super cool. So that was my quick PlayStation gameplay version.
Okay.
But so the story, oh my
What story? What story?
so I actually read the story after just to like see if I understood it,
That's
and I
the
did,
sign. That's the
and I
sign of a
did.
game that didn't get its point across because
There wasn't one. Like when you read the story, it's 5 sentences. It says, I mean, just spoilers because play this game for the gameplay. Don't play for the story because you're not getting shit out of it. So here's the deal.
okay.
Her and her brother, which actually that's not even true. It's her, her brother, and other children.
Yeah, there's like other
There
kids
were more
involved.
kids there that find this like alien thing.
Yeah, they find like a slide projector
Yeah,
and they put in a slide
yeah.
and it like makes the world weird or something.
So here's the like official story as I read it. You ready?
Okay. Yes.
It was Jesse and her brother Dylan find an altered world item or an
Yep.
object of power,
Right.
right?
And oop.
They come into contact with this force called Polaris,
Yep.
or well, Hedron or whatever. Well, they call her Polaris, but
Yeah. Were they one
uh,
and the same?
yeah, they are the same thing.
I didn't even
Um,
fucking get that by the end of the game.
so the the Bureau of Control calls it Hendron or whatever,
Yeah.
but its name is Polaris.
Okay.
So they find Polaris. Polaris attaches itself to Jesse, but the
Yeah.
Bureau of Control takes Dylan with them. Dylan um, is groomed to be the next director because he has been touched by an object of power, but they don't know that he has no power from it.
Okay.
The the projector slowly got into the current director's head, and he opened a portal to release the hiss into the place. Jesse
Okay.
shows up, kills him, and frees her brother of the hiss, and that's it. Like there's no other deeper thing. There's no point. There's no what is Polaris doing here?
And they
There's
don't even
nothing
like
else.
that story like it's easy to spoon feed to somebody and it's easy to even just like leave breadcrumbs that tell you the story, but
Yeah.
they don't really do that. Like they leave breadcrumbs, but to an incomplete loaf of bread. Like someone
Yeah.
sliced his bread up, took half of it, and then just left.
Because even knowing everything that's in this game, you're still like, but so what are these? What
Yeah.
causes them? What is their
What
purpose? Like
like
we don't
I
know.
I don't even care if the hiss has a purpose. It's just some other entity. It reminded me kind of like the whole vibe of the game was very like Welcome to Night Vale, which
Okay.
it's one of those Welcome to Night Vale's a pretty old podcast by this point, and it's like about just a world where like weird stuff happens. Like the SCP files
Yeah.
where it's just like this rubber duck is very strange. Like that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Um and I like that type of a narrative, like stuff that's different or like altered in some way or from
Like
another world or alien somehow.
yeah.
But like I want something like I want it to matter.
Well, see, here's the thing. This company's really about Stephen King
Okay.
because Alan Wake was like a Stephen King like homage in a way.
That's
Whoa, it was
yeah.
amazing.
That's what I got from Alan Wake. Hey,
And
sir.
so that's the vibe I was getting from this. Like that was just such a very Stephen King thing to like, oh, we're gonna call these people the Hiss, you
Yeah.
know? Like the Hiss sounds like a Stephen King like enemy type name, you know?
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
I was still feeling like the Stephen Kingness here.
Yeah.
So they're making this like wild world and he does that too. But
Yeah.
he's usually telling a personal story inside of it.
Yeah, like
So you would think that's what Jesse and Dylan would be, but nothing matters with them.
yeah,
Anybody can be these two people and
right.
it's the same story.
Exactly. And I was confused about like the whole time I was like, maybe Jesse's not actually in this place. Maybe she's like a psychiatric patient somewhere, or like maybe
Yeah.
Jesse and Dylan are the same person and she has like a split
That's what
personality.
I thought because I
Because they
was
look
like,
so much alike, right?
maybe they got split or
Yeah,
something,
like
right?
exactly. Maybe it's like two
Yeah,
facets of the same thing, or like maybe
that's
the
what I was
projector
wondering.
got in and split them and they're like each from the same thing from a different reality. There's just like there's so many ways that it could have gone and it didn't go. And that's what
So,
I found frustrating is that like they leave all these little pieces to a story that could be great and then they
yeah,
don't build it up to anything at all.
yeah. So the slideshow, because I've looked into stuff, the Hiss. So the slideshow, each slide that was in it
Uh-huh.
is apparently a portal to another universe.
Okay.
So when the director turned on the one slide with the Hiss, like they're coming from another dimension essentially,
Okay.
like through the like projected image. And I was like, that's cool,
Yeah, I like that.
but what about it?
Yeah, like
You know what
make
I
it
mean?
matter.
Because then who's Polaris? Like, who is
Who
this
is
thing?
Polaris? Who is she?
What's the point of it?
What is the fucking point? Like there is no purpose to anything at all. And
Exactly.
I really wanted this game to like go somewhere. Tell me a story. Like I
Like,
thought it was gonna have some cool, deep thing where like all the things
yes.
that we left along the way lead up to this big conclusion. And so I was like reading those stupid little files that you find
Oh
everywhere.
man.
Like you find fucking binders, and I was like
Yeah.
trying to thread them together in my mind. Like maybe this happening in Albany occurs with this thing happening in Maine, and like everything is the same, but no, nothing matters. Nothing is
Yeah.
connected. It's just like it
It's just like events and you're just there.
just yeah, you're just a witness to these random events that
Yeah.
all happen individually and don't make sense and don't have a purpose.
Man, I just forgot what I was gonna say about it. Just oh yeah, like while I enjoyed the gameplay, usually do you get a feeling at the end of a game like when you're reaching the end and
Yeah.
it's like the game starts becoming more fun because you feel that it's building to that crescendo?
Yes.
I didn't feel that.
No.
I was just like, I think when I touch this guy, like that's gonna be the end of the game. And this isn't even a boss fight.
No,
I
I thought it was
literally
gonna
just
have
have to
like
platform to him.
I know at the very end when you're like trying to get over to Dylan, it's like, am I gonna have to
Yeah.
kill my brother? Is that what's gonna happen? Or am I gonna
Nope, you
find out
touch
that
him.
I've been him all along? And it's just like, no.
Yeah.
You get there and you touch his head, and then you cut to a cutscene. It's like he's in a coma now, and that's the whole story. That's the end of the game.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the end.
that's what I was gonna say. I felt like we were just putting dominoes up, right?
Yeah.
We're putting up dominoes, and there's gonna come one bit of information that's gonna topple every domino, and the game will make so much sense. I was waiting for the domino to fall, and I just kept putting up more dominoes.
Yeah, you put up all the dominoes, you get it all. It's like that was a fun game of dominoes. Let's put them up.
Yeah,
Ha! Nothing mattered. Nothing
nothing
mattered.
mattered. Like at least in Alan Wake, while it does not make sense, it concluded one thing that was happening.
Okay.
So it was like, oh, I can't wait to see how I get out of this now.
Yeah.
Because the world was dying for an Alan Wake 2, but it did so poorly because no one bought it,
Right?
you know? And I mean, I'll go ahead and throw this in there. So, I had the Ultimate Edition,
Same.
and I was just, randomly playing it thinking, like, oh, it says mission, go here now. So I go here now. And I meet Alan Wake. So Ferdin, yes, Alan Wake is in this game because
Oh
this
my
is
god.
from the same world. Because me and Ferdin love
Okay.
that game. We played it together.
Yeah.
He's in it. But he still serves no purpose, Kelsey. His whole section is just to show that what happened to him exists within the reality of this game.
It's just to like say that this is the same universe.
But how is it tied? Don't know. I don't know. Because I played through pretty much the entirety of that part of the DLC, which was like 3 hours long.
Dear God.
And I'm waiting. Well, I couldn't beat the final boss. He was so fucking hard that I was
Really?
like, I have to beat this game. I can't try this for 2 more days.
Okay.
Like days I've tried that boss fight. And
I
I like can't do it.
I played this game in 3 sittings.
I played it like in 3 hour sessions for probably like 7 days. I mean, I played it for like probably 30 hours.
Oh my God. I
I
I
played so much
maybe
of this
hit
game.
12.
I played, well, I was doing everything
Yeah, and I was doing
until they gave
a
me everything
minimum.
to do.
Yeah. I just
And those side
so
missions don't make the main story make any more sense, but they're all their own separate thing.
of course, why would they have any involvement? The
Yeah.
one side mission that did intrigue me was the guy that had to watch the fridge.
Okay, that shit was so cool.
I didn't play it, but like I wandered up on this
Oh
dude who like
man.
he's like, I can't look away from the fridge. And I was like, well, that sucks. Bye.
Okay. So real quick,
Yeah.
I go back to to his boss, right?
Yeah.
And I go, "Hey, there's a guy watching a fridge and he's upset." And they go, "Ah, fucking Frank. I forgot he was on fridge duty." He was like, "Yeah, we should get somebody else in there cuz he's been in there for a full day."
Oh my God.
That means like you can't blink cuz you can't even blink and take your eyes off of it.
Why don't they have people go in shifts? Like two
They
people
do.
watching the fridge at once.
Well, they're supposed to be in shifts, but the hiss happened, so he got left in fridge duty.
That's so sad.
So the guy goes, "Oh, I'll unlock the door. I don't know what you're gonna do because now you'll be stuck having to stare at it." And she goes, "I can take care of altered world items. Like I know what to do." And he's like, "Okay, you're the director." So you go
Apparently.
back up there, right?
Yeah.
You go back up there, and he's like, "Please, please, I can't look anymore." And you like walk in the door, and then you hear him go, and then like you finally walk in, and he's just gone, and there's blood everywhere.
Oh my God.
So he gets fucking eaten by the fridge, and you like do your little control thing on it, and you get sucked into a boss fight with this giant one-eyed monster thing.
Okay.
And I never saw how that concluded because that boss is part of like the rest of that mission.
Oh.
And it turns into, "Oh, will you fix the fridge? I have like 10 other items that need to be fixed."
No.
And I did 7 of them, and I was like, there's
Jesus.
too many. So like you have to clean up the rubber duck.
Yeah, I did see the duck.
Well, you have to like interact with it later.
Okay.
As part of that mission, I had to fix like a mannequin. So there was a mannequin
Ugh.
section, Jose.
No. No.
They don't move, and
Good.
they're not like full body ones. They're just like the
Just
stick with
torsos?
like with like the bust. Yeah.
Okay.
And they don't
Ugh.
move. Like it just turns into a sea of like 100, and you have to pick out the real one in the sea of them.
I don't like that.
And it's literally the one right in front of you. So you just clean it up, and then it's done.
Okay.
Like they make out these grandiose scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
and then go, "Wow, but here's like a quick solution, so you can just be done."
What didn't that like that's how the Ocean View Motel part of this game felt for me. I hated that motel.
I thought it was cool how like each time it was like a different random puzzle,
But
but
it
the random
wasn't.
puzzle was just go click a button in each room and then you're done.
That's it. Like every single time, it's like pull the light switch 3 times, ring the bell 3 times, walk down and turn on the radio 3 times, and that's it. That's the whole puzzle. And the
Yeah.
second time, it's just like one radio in each room, and then the next time, it's like 2 radios in this room and 3 radios in that room, and
Well,
that's it.
well. So maybe this was a side mission one. Did you have to do the one with the clocks? Because that one was like intricate.
No, I didn't do that one.
Okay, so there was one actual good one.
Okay.
So there's one where you walk in and there's a clock next to the bell, and then each room has a clock.
Okay.
And what you're supposed to do is when you hit the bell and a door opens, the clock turns to a certain time, and you have to go like set the clock to that time.
Okay.
but you have to like press a button and it starts spinning and you have to like let it go at the right time. So it's more
Oh,
intricate than just press it and move on. Like you have to actually interact with it.
okay.
That was the one cool motel part
All right.
because all the rest were just go into each room and press something
Yeah, and it was
that we
never
show
like
you to press.
yeah, it was never like press one of these 5 objects. You'll have to guess which one it is or decide to do
Yeah.
something. It was just like go in this room, press this button, you're done.
Yeah, because there was one later with the radio, and I thought like,
Uh-huh.
okay, there's 3 radios in here. Maybe only one is playing what's playing on the one outside.
Yeah,
So I have to find which one is the right one to have on.
right.
But it's just turned them all on.
Just turn on all the radios. That's the whole puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
One
what?
thing I
I can't do story too much more because it sucks so bad.
okay, so one last thing on the story that I thought was interesting is that the game like ends, it gives you the credits and the
Yeah.
credits are all like warbly and weird
Oh,
and
yeah, that was
fun.
cool.
And I was like, that's neat. And then you like this is the part where I was disappointed, especially in the story, because like so the credits end and you're placed into like an office environment where you're like Jesse the office girl and it's like scan the papers and collect
Oh,
the
yeah.
coffee cups and deliver the mail and then the tasks like continue to reset and I was like surely I'm missing something.
Okay.
So I did end up going to the walkthrough for this one, of course, and it's just like you have to like
Okay.
grab the director's mail and then go take it to him and then
Yeah.
you take it to him and like shit resets on you
Yeah.
and then you have to do it again. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll do the same thing a second time. And so I did it a second time, and then it resets on you again. And I was
Three
like,
times.
surely they don't make me do this 3 whole times. And so I did it a third time.
Which is what's funny because I realized after the first one,
Uh huh.
because I thought to get the mail to show up, you had to do the tasks at least once.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Nope. You can just go get the mail.
Yeah, you can just go get it.
Like that's the thing. Like you don't make us earn any of the stuff we do in this game
No,
except for the fighting. Like the
which I
fighting is
didn't
the
do.
only thing that you have to earn.
Yeah,
None of the puzzles are earned.
yeah.
You just have to do it. They tell
You
you
just
what to do and then you do it.
you just click the buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it was interesting that the game, like, does the fake out ending, and then you're, like, in the office. Because at that point, I was like, "Has this all been, like, a figment of our imagination,
Oh
and we're
yeah,
really just, like"
because it ended with her being taken over by the hiss.
Yeah,
And then it's like started the credits and I was like because if that was the ending, I was really going to hate this game.
really?
Oh, I was like really what was the point of this?
Yeah.
Are you fucking for real?
Yeah, I mean, when I got
Oh,
to
I'm
that
so
point in the
mad.
story, I was like, "Of course it ends here," and then it, like, didn't end, and I was like, "Oh, ho, maybe there's something more to this.
Ha
It's actually gonna
ha.
resolve." But then
No.
it doesn't.
No.
So, that's that on the story, I think.
So
I
then
give
give
this
me your rating for the story.
I thematically, I liked where it was coming from,
Okay.
but as a cohesive,
Cohesive.
coherent story.
Yeah.
Uh, it's hard for me to give this anything higher than like a 1.5 out of 10, like a 2 maybe.
Yeah, like mine's like a good 2.
Yeah, like effort was made.
There's there's intriguing things here that I want to know
Yes.
about. So
Right.
I'll give you a 2 cuz I'm interested,
Yeah,
but you didn't give me anything with it. So
that's
a
exactly
2.
it.
A 2.
Okay.
So then as a whole, for you, what you got to experience, gameplay and story, what do you give it
Uh-huh.
then?
If we're discounting graphics out of this, I give this game like a solid 2,
Okay. Okay,
maybe a
fine.
1,
Fine, fine.
honestly.
With the graphics then.
With the graphics, I would
Just
give it a
because it's
4.
pretty. Okay.
The 4 will be
I sure
yeah.
like looking at it.
I do like looking at it. It was a pretty game.
I I'd give it like a 7 because
Really?
but I got the gameplay because like I
Yeah.
said, I had fun playing it, but I just
Yeah.
didn't get the payoff for anything. So like I liked it. I thought it was a competent game. Like it's a game.
Yeah.
Like there's things that I have to learn to do. Like it pushed me to be better at it.
Right.
Thus, it was a decent game. So a
Okay.
7. Like a 7
All right.
cuz the game was fun. graphics aren't gonna make me give it anything higher. It was a
Um,
pretty game that I could play. 7,
yeah, yeah.
because that's it.
So there was one part of this story.
Uh-huh. Which is the only part that's good?
The only part of this game, okay, so on the count of 3, we're gonna say our favorite part. It's
Okay,
2
hang on,
words.
hang on, hang on. 2 words, so you mean like the name of the place?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Ashtray
Ashtray
Maze.
Maze.
Holy shit! Ah! Okay.
Oh, it's it's like they realized how boring this game was, so they were like, "Hey, wait a minute. Let's put a straight action sequence in this game."
If that had been the whole game, I would have
Yeah.
loved this game. Like, that's
I
what I
can't
wanted.
imagine the whole game being that. Just a
Yeah.
rockin' soundtrack
Oh my god, the
to murder?
soundtrack! It was so good! Like, I found this area early on before you actually get to the actual Ashtray Maze part,
Oh, okay.
and I went in and I was like, "Ooh, it's a maze. It looks like The Shining in here," and I started, like, going through it,
And
and
you're like,
it
"Oh, it's a maze."
yeah, it doesn't, like, transform at all. You just, like, go in a circle,
Yeah.
and I was like, "There's got to be a way to do something in here. Like, I'm missing something. I have to click on something," and there was nothing to click on, and I was like,
See,
"Fuck it," and walked away.
your way sounds more interesting because it was like an RPG thing where you're like, I gotta remember this place because I will be able to come back here one day.
Yeah.
For me, it was like, here's the next place to go. Oh, you can't go through there, so go talk to this guy to give you the thing to go through. Like
Oh my
it
god.
it was just like a spoon-fed thing. It goes, go here. So I did, and he goes, oh, can't get through there, can you? Mm-mm. Do this mission now. And then I was able to
Okay.
go back.
Alright.
So
Yeah, I
your
just, like,
way sounds
accidentally
better.
stumbled upon the Ashtray Maze very early on in the game, and I was like, "This is fascinating," but then I couldn't do anything with it, so I had to just leave it until it was, like, relevant in the story. So,
See, I wish I'd have came across it that way because it would have seemed cooler.
yeah. So, when it was finally time to do it, I was like, "Fuck yes, we're gonna go do the Ashtray Maze," and then you get there, and this heavy metal ball and shit fills your
So
ears.
was that like heavy metal, like Swedish music or something? Because
I think so.
it was not like American rock.
Yeah, because that's where Ati's from, he's, like, a Swedish dude.
Yeah.
So, and it's his headset that
Well,
leads you
he
there.
has good taste in janitorial music.
Like, can you imagine mopping a school to that? Just like it was
Oh,
so
what's that?
good.
Yeah, I can clean up the vomit. Hang on. Just getting down.
Yeah, like, this is the only part in the game that I had fun. Like, when I came across this
Yes.
area, I was like, "Now we're getting into the game. Now things are happening." And I thought, like, maybe the game would pick up from there. Because
Yeah.
like, in this maze, you're powerful. You're just, like, floating around and just, like, shit is happening around you, and, like, you're shooting enemies in midair as
Yeah.
they come up, and, like, everything was like it was like I
There's
snorted a line or something, like,
That's what like the trailer promises this game is gonna be.
and it's
Is that moment.
nothing. It's nothing like that at all, except for this one moment, and it takes
Yeah.
you, like, 5 minutes to get through the ashtray
Well,
maze.
so okay, question.
Okay.
How long do you think that song is? Because no matter where I was in it, it's like the music was perfectly attuned to what was happening to me
I
at the
noticed that.
time. And it ended when I got to the end of the maze. And I was
Yeah,
like, if I just stay here, will the
I
song
did.
continue forever?
Did you, like, hang out for a little bit?
Not really.
So there were, like,
Because,
some big rooms where I think they expect you to just stand around and kind of take some time, or if you get lost.
well, because I was fighting so many people, like I was taking a long time in the rooms.
Yeah.
So I was like, this song has been going.
I think that there's, like, some parts that they extended out, like, here is where we will put a guitar solo, and it's gonna take
Okay.
as long as it needs for the game to do.
Like, I would like to watch how they crafted that segment of the game
Yeah, me
because
too.
it it is executed perfectly.
It is, like,
It just works.
I would play I would play a game that's like that, but, like, different types
Yeah.
of levels over and over, you know?
Oh yeah.
I think if they had just taken that concept and chopped it up to make it like a game, that would have been just perfect. I want that.
I mean, I don't know if we really like put like show notes for like these Patreon reviews, but like you guys should look. We're probably just gonna put it in the Discord in like a
Yeah,
few days after this comes out or something. But we're gonna put
yeah.
up that segment just for you to watch. Just watch that, and then don't play the rest of the game unless
Yeah.
you like a more methodical, because it's a slow game.
It's a really slow game
But
and
you have to take in this moment.
it never picks up. It just never ever picks up.
Do you remember that movie I told you about, Hardcore Henry,
Yeah.
Hardcore Harry, where it's like the first person thing? That whole movie is that segment, but in first person.
My God.
Like a whole hour and a half movie of that. That's what that movie
Man,
was. Maybe
I
you
would
should
watch
watch that
that.
movie.
Maybe I should.
But I don't know if you get motion sick, because a lot of people did, because it's all in first person.
Oh, remember how when I was
But try it
first
out
playing this
though.
game, I had the shrimp sickness
Yeah.
and like I threw up? That was an isolated incident. I wanted to like
Oh,
follow
okay.
up on that to like let you
Yeah.
know
So it was
I'm not
strictly
sick at the
shrimp.
I
Yeah.
think it was just a shrimp induced
Disease.
single one off thing.
Okay, good.
So
Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
Um
that part hands down was the coolest thing about the entire game.
yes, like when that happened, I was like, finally something in this game paid off.
My
Like,
blood was pumping.
yeah, it's
I
like my
was
heart rate. I was
into
just
it.
like, yes, this is good.
Yeah, that's what I wanted,
Yeah,
and then we didn't get.
not at all.
So good. Yeah, I mean, as soon as you were like, "Do you want to discuss a favorite part?" I was like, "Oh, she talking about the ashtray maze,"
Yeah.
because nothing else was even remotely like that.
Nothing.
Like, it's
Uh,
tonally different than the rest of the game.
yeah.
There's nothing like that moment in the entirety of the game.
And I kept waiting for the janitor to
To be
matter,
something?
to be something. Maybe he was the director all along, or maybe he's from another world, or like, no, he's just a weird Swedish dude, like who talks in riddles.
Yeah, I just thought he was like your sage, kind of like your guardian angel or something, and he was like leading you to be what you could be, you know?
Yeah. I
But really, he
wish
was just like there.
he was just some weird dude that you talk to every now and then. Just
Yeah.
your mini map
Which,
coordinator, your
from
mission guy.
everything that I've read, everybody goes, he's incomprehensible. His
Yeah.
words are not words.
So
Nobody knows what he's saying.
even in subtitles, like there's like not a clear
Oh my
thread to his
god.
thoughts.
So then, like, make that matter.
Make it matter. Make him yeah.
That's like giving character stuff for no reason other than to say, yeah, we just never know what he's saying.
Yeah, he just talks in riddles and like half Swedish, half English, and it's gibberish
Because
sometimes. And
maybe I come into contact with the Black Pyramid, right?
yeah,
And I like gain a knowledge that he has previously seen, and now I understand him. And then it's
yeah,
like,
that would be
oh
cool.
shit,
Now
something,
Auntie makes sense to me, but no, he's just
fucking
like
something.
it reminded me of like a clumsy way. So you know how like in cinema often they do like a like colored spirit guide or whatever, where it's just like the
Yeah,
mystical black person. He felt like that to me, but like Swedish
yeah,
instead of black.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Like,
he had no function at all.
it's weird how like I gave this game a good rating, but all I'm doing is talking about what I hated.
All they're doing is dunking on it.
I'm dunking it. I mean, I really thought you were like, I was like, why is Kelsey gonna think I'm gonna be mad? Because she thinks it's so bad and thinks I think it's great.
No, I was hoping
But
that
then I
you were
was
gonna be
like,
on the same page with me as the story progressed. I was like, there's no way that
yeah.
Robert enjoys this game. Like, it's so bad.
Well, I enjoyed the game, but not the story,
Yeah,
which I never could have imagined that could be the difference that we had in this game.
I know. Like, who would have thought that the gameplay actually makes this worth playing?
That's the only thing that makes it worth playing to me. Like
So,
you could play this. Well, you can't play it without the sound on because it's important to hear these hiss coming around you and stuff.
yeah,
But if there was a way to just like cut out story, like all cutscenes, and you just did missions back to back to back,
yeah,
I could rate it higher.
maybe.
If it was just like here's one off thing, like see if you can conquer this mission, and that's all it was.
Yeah, like maybe if it was an established thing that like this is a world where like these are all individual one-off stories, like go cleanse the rubber duck, go cleanse the
Yeah,
fridge. These are just like one-offs that you do in this mystical realm that we don't ever clarify why it's weird. Then I
yeah.
could support it. But no, it like
It
it
wants
tries to
you to be part of this weird event thing that's
yeah, it
happening.
tries to sell you on the fact that like this is a cool story and that you should care about these characters. Like I don't give a shit about Jessie. I wish I did because
No,
I think she's she could have been so much more. Like she seemed like a really cool
Yeah,
start to a character. She's a great skeleton. They just need to hang some like story bones on her meat, you know?
yeah. So yeah, I'm glad we were on the same page, at
Yeah.
least.
So all that said, would you recommend this game to somebody?
I would really have to think about that
Okay.
because I think it's fun if you like a shooter style game, or you know what, if you like a Dark Souls game because you like a
Okay.
punishing game.
Yeah.
Because this game's punishing. It's not the same level of like methodical gameplay, trying to dodge at the precise moment. Because this
Yeah.
game's kind of cheap. Like you said, like you just don't know when someone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna warp behind you now,"
Yeah.
and then I'm just here behind you now,
Yep.
and it
You just get
happens
like
all the
smoked.
time.
Yeah, all the
Because
time.
because that's the thing. These people, when like the waves of enemies come in, they like warp in. So you have to
Yeah.
like clear a wave and then more pop up.
Yeah, and
But
they
they can
pop
just
in
pop
all
up
around you.
behind you. Yeah. It's
So
not great in that aspect.
the final boss, like when you're releasing Polaris,
Okay.
describe that to me because for me it was just like
Hard.
walk in, shoot everybody, and then
Hard.
clean the pillar.
Hard. It was so hard.
So how many times did you die in this thing?
In that part,
Yeah,
like 5 or 6 times.
because I died like 3 times just falling to my fucking death after floating.
But see, here's the thing though. You didn't do
I
side
forgot my
missions.
abilities and also the side
Yeah.
mission. Yeah.
Because I built up my levitation to its like maximum. So she would
Okay.
stay in the air for like a solid minute before she would start to like fall down.
What?
Yeah, you could use that in that room.
God.
You could have used that because when you said the end and it took you like 4 tries to get across the chasm, I was like, yeah, because she was probably falling too fast.
I was, and I was like
Yep.
trying to find because sometimes like at the very
I'm telling
you know, like I just
the
I don't know
gameplay makes it so different between us right now.
it does.
It's like saying we both played Final Fantasy and I grinded levels. So when I got to a boss, I like stood a chance.
Okay.
And you just went into every boss level 1 and was like, this game fucking blows. That's
It
kind
was
of the
like
vibe here.
we both were eating an orange, but actually I was eating a grapefruit.
It's just grapefruit. It's fine.
Just grapefruit.
So yeah, like my levitation was built up so much and I
God, it made
evaded
me
all the time
so mad.
because you probably could have made it across if you would just boost through using your energy because you
That's
could
what I
get across
did.
so fast.
Yeah, that's how I ended up finally
Okay.
doing it. It was like just levitate as high as possible and boost, 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 boost,
Because
boost, and
you
get all the way
have to
across.
think. You have to think. You don't have to do side missions. So they
Yeah,
have to account that you can beat the end of this game
right.
with the minimum of stuff.
Yes.
Because what if you played it and you have 100 ability points, but you don't spend a single one because you don't know how to upgrade?
Yeah.
You would still need to be able to beat it. Because this game, I don't think is about like truly leveling up. It's
You
just
know,
like that like helps you out, but I think you could beat it at bare minimum.
yeah, I guess. I mean, I
It
think what
wouldn't be fun. It would
I think
not be
what
fun.
they designed it for is like they want you to make your personal build. Like, what do you want to put
Yeah.
your ability points into? Do you want to be the person that throws rocks at enemies, or do you want to be the one who just like
Oh,
levitates and shoots?
nope. I was possessing everybody. That
Yeah,
was the whole meat and potatoes for me.
man.
It was just like shoot, shoot, shoot. Because you could only possess people when they were like almost dead. So it's like catching Pokemon. You had to like dwindle them down just enough, and then you could grab them, right?
Okay.
And then the mods are such a big like I can't believe you didn't have to use mods.
Yeah, I mean, I saw them and I was like, this would be cool if I was actually like using my abilities
Yeah,
because I looked into them just to see like what am I picking up. But
because I was gonna ask if you noticed like the different levels of them.
yeah, they had like up to level 5, right?
I think there's one beyond that because there
Ooh,
was like common, uncommon, rare, something
epic,
else,
legendary,
absolute,
absolute.
and so I was like, oh, that's it, that's the top. And then
Yeah.
I got infinite, and I was like, this mod is the best.
Oh my god.
And so I was like freaking out doing these mods, and my mod for seizing people was infinite, and it was like 98% seize speed. So
God.
basically, it just doubled it. So I was just like, grab person, grab that person,
Could you
and
grab
just
more than one at a time?
I can now because I got an ability to do so. But by the
Okay.
time I beat it, no.
Well,
And then there's like a levitate power where you can like ground slam into the ground and like shoot
ugh,
people away from you. But I didn't buy that one.
God. So after you've beat the game fully now, right? You're like Director Jesse at the very end.
Yeah,
Okay. Are you gonna go through and do like more missions now? Because the
one
game's not
hundred
over.
percent.
You are?
I think it's a fun game.
Okay.
And I say that I want to see what happens, but I know nothing's gonna
Nothing's
happen
gonna happen.
because I started the like mission that they give you after the game is over,
Okay.
and I played it for an hour and a half last night,
Yeah.
and I did this big part, and I was like, "Whew, that was hard," and it was hard to do. And she goes, "That's one of three down,"
Fuck
and I
that.
went, "What, Jesse?
God.
I'm a third of the way done with whatever the fuck you're having me do because I don't understand what's happening." No, we're
That's
done.
just oh, that's frustrating.
Like I kind of want to collect all the rest of the stuff
Yeah.
just
And
for
there's
trophies,
still
but I
like
don't know.
there's still rooms that you can explore in the oldest house. Like there's rooms that you can't get to because you don't have levitate or like you didn't have the
Yeah,
clearance level. So you can always go back and find more shit that I'm sure that was hidden from you the first time around.
there's like the mold is a huge part of the game. Like I thought I was finally done with their side mission stuff, and it spread to more of the like more of the house now. So she's like, "Oh,
God.
a brand new mission side of it," and I was like, "Fuck! How many times are they gonna be a problem?"
All the time, apparently.
Like, I didn't use a walkthrough.
At all?
I did on some of the side missions where it was like, go find these items, but it wouldn't tell you where.
Okay.
So it's like, well, just where do I find them? But
How
like
did
for
you
the
find
main
your way
game, no.
around?
I
Like,
walked around.
you just walked around.
Yeah, I just went, well, I haven't looked in that direction yet. And then I'd go in that direction, then find what I was trying to find.
I spent, even with the walkthrough, I spent probably a good hour of my gameplay just fucking lost.
Yeah.
Like, not knowing where I was. I swear, like, at the, I forget what mission it is, but there's like one where you're supposed to open up a door, like, to get through security. So
Okay.
like you get on the other side of security by going like down through the medical bay and up the stairs
Yeah.
and around and like you're suddenly in this big room. And if you're not paying attention, you don't open those doors. Like it's you're supposed to open that for a later mission.
Okay.
And I had like forgotten how I got to the other side of that wall,
Oh my God.
and I spent so long like walking around in security just being like, how do I fucking get through? And I was able to shoot enemies from the other side of the bars.
Oh,
So
well,
it's
that's
just
good.
like, yeah, I cleared out the room, but I still couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
So this is the point when I texted you, like, are you awake? I can't get through
I
a
know.
wall.
I got so many texts so fast, like, what the fuck? Help me! I got it.
So bad. Like literally the second I texted you, I was like, it's right there. I'm walking past it.
Like, there's still things that I haven't figured out in it. Because the place I'm at now, there's like boxes with mods for me to get,
Okay.
but I can't float high enough to get to it. So I'm like, I know that there's going to be a way.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
It's like, I know there's just more to figure out. And I do enjoy killing these things. And like this after mission, I think is supposed to like clear the hiss from the oldest house.
Oh, okay.
Like we turned off the projectors, so their portal is closed, but there's still some here. So she's like cleaning out the rest.
That
It's
makes
kind of the
sense.
deal. So I wonder if that's an Ultimate Edition thing.
Maybe.
So maybe there might be some tiny piece of story, but I read the story on Wikipedia and there's nothing else past that ending.
Don't hold out hope.
So I'm thinking nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah. What I want to see is like an after game that's just like sorting papers, like
Oh
cleaning
my
up
god.
coffee cups, like Assistant Jesse, you know?
Yeah.
Like file your paperwork. That's what I want to be.
I kind of wanted to put that costume on at the end because you get to
Yeah,
change your outfits later. But I love Director Jessie though.
I do too. I love her little like bun with the
I was like,
triangle.
yeah,
I
yeah.
want
She's
one of
got like
those.
the black pyramid thing in the
Yeah,
back of the
very
bun.
cool.
I was like, all right, I just have to stay in this forever now.
Yeah.
Plus, like, I am the director now. Like, I'm gonna
The
dress the part,
director.
you know?
Duh. Want everybody to know.
So that's a very convoluted way for me to say I would recommend it as long as you're not looking for a deep story. If you just
Yeah.
want a game that is fun and challenging, yeah, I think it's fun.
Okay.
I had fun, but it was like Assassin's Creed to me, and a lot of people don't like Assassin's Creed because
Okay.
this game is basically rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Go to
That's
go to this room, fight the same type of enemies you've been fighting since the beginning of the game, but their level is just higher, so they're like a little bit more bullet spongy. That's the
yeah.
only difference.
That's literally it. Yeah. I can't say that I would recommend it. I'm gonna give it a no, just because I wanted story so badly, and it was
That's
never given.
I mean, I've read about this game forever, and I guess I
Yeah.
should have taken it to heart that when people talk about this game, they talk about how it looks.
Okay.
Nobody ever did say, "What a great story." Maybe I should have picked up on that.
I guess.
I just thought because it was getting such praise, it just must have been so intriguing. And then it was not.
It was not.
Is this our first like kind of negative review?
It might be. Have we like shit on anything else that we reviewed?
Not I mean, Avatar, perfect.
The Good
Vivarium,
Place,
Mother,
perfect.
perfect.
Yeah,
Like
this is our first one where we're just like, we didn't like it.
this is kind of our first like it I mean, yeah, it was a thing we did.
It was a thing we did, unfortunately.
I didn't think we'd ever come to that. I thought
No,
we
I
would
didn't
always
either.
kind of like the stuff, but
Yeah, but I mean, it's good to have variety. You
well,
gotta have
yeah.
the bad with the good.
I mean, we got to tell you the stuff to stay away from as
Yeah,
well.
avoid control, please.
It's it's just okay. I mean, yeah,
If you
I
don't
don't know
want
what
a
else to
story
say.
game, go ahead, dive in.
Or if you're just obsessed with Alan Wake, yeah, I mean, this is basically more of the same.
Okay, yeah.
It's just more of that same, like, oh, look at this world. I don't get it, but it's a world, you know? Because it
I think
definitely has that
pretty,
going.
it's a pretty fair assessment.
Yeah. So, well, thank you guys for watching this one.
Yeah,
Sorry, Control couldn't be better.
I hope that this review was more entertaining than the game of Control.
Oh, yeah, I really hope it was. Um, one more thing.
What?
What did you think of her, like, talking to Polaris throughout the game?
I didn't
She
understand.
was just, like, thinking to herself, like, going, like, I'm glad you're here with me, and it's like, who?
Yeah, who? Are you here with me? Are you guiding me somewhere? No, you're not. You showed me where the control points are, but that's it. That's it.
Like, I think this game oozes style,
Yeah,
but that's it.
that's it.
I gotta be done with this, guys, because
Yeah.
we're just gonna say how much one thing is good and the rest is shit. uh, but thank you guys for tuning into this one.
Yes.
Be sure to give us another game if there's another game you'd like to have us try. Don't give
Yeah.
us Alan Wake. Kelsey ain't gonna like it.
Please, if you have a game that's got a good gripping narrative, that's what I need in my life.
See,
That's
that's
what I
what
want.
I want.
Let's get a
That's
good
what I want.
narrative game out here, you guys.
Because I just said this is rinse and repeat, shoot the same people nonstop, right?
Yeah.
People will flock at me and say, that's all that Uncharted is. You are absolutely correct.
But Uncharted has a story.
That's the premise. The reason why I'm shooting them drives me to keep doing it.
Yes.
Like, I have a purpose.
Like you're going from cutscene to cutscene, and it
Yeah,
makes me want to go to the next cutscene.
I'm lost here. I don't know why I need to traverse to the janitor's washroom. It doesn't matter, you know? It just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what is a great gripping game that you would like for us to do? Also, just tell us what like one of your favorite story games is.
Yeah, or if you've played Control and you had a totally different opinion, or you think there's something that we missed on this review, let us know.
You
We're
know
always
what?
open to hearing more about it.
There has to be somebody that loves it
There's
and thinks
gotta
it's
be
just A
somebody out
plus,
there.
10 out of 10. Tell us what we don't get.
Yeah,
Did we not read enough of the little files that we're
I read
missing
them
one key
all,
piece?
all of them.
There has to be something. But thank you guys for tuning in. We had fun telling you about it.
Yeah.
Uh, be sure to tune in next month. We'll hopefully have something equally better.
Yes.
to tell you guys about.
Put stuff in the suggestion box. Keep an eye on the news feed.
Exactly. And tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. What was the point? What was the point?
We'll never know.